Alright, welcome back to another episode of putting medieval-like weapons onto planes when they really shouldn't be, but I put them on planes anyway because it's pretty funny and cool sometimes. So this time, I wanted to try and make a crossbow-like thing and put it on a plane. I'll just make a platform for it right now so I can, test it before I put it on a plane, but basically my plan is just make a crossbow, and I should probably clarify now. I want to make a crossbow-like object. I can't guarantee it's going to be a completely accurate crossbow. However I end up actually building it, I have a feeling it's going to end up being similar to some other medieval or other type of weapon. But you know what? A crossbow is just a well-known term, and I'm just going to go with that. I did do a small amount of testing here and there to see if this idea would actually work. And what I'm going to try and do is use arms like this and then put hinges on them on like 90, well, actually let's leave them at 100 for now. But I can turn the strength down, and having hinges there should allow it to actually bend, or at least mimic the arms bending. And then if I throw some hinges onto here, do I need to? Well, I'll just use two. It's probably not a big deal. I'm going to use some grid blocks to act as a string, because these are one of the lightest, at least in terms of density, lightest blocks in the game, I think. At least conventional blocks, I don't really know. I would use pipes and stuff for this, but pipes just, they're too heavy, like way too heavy. But you know what, it's fine, we're gonna go with this, and it'll all work out, maybe. Why is there no grid 1x3? I feel like that should be a thing, but I guess it's not. Okay, I think I've got something set up, and from previous testing, I remember that I have to have a system here that actually detaches from the string, I guess you could call it, because otherwise it just won't release for whatever reason. And then I'll put something on here like an arrow, but right now I just want to see if this works. So if I pull this back, oh wow, okay, that's freaking out. It's probably fine. If I release this, okay, that has some promise. Now I want to try making a little arrow on here, and of course I'm using the grid pieces because otherwise it will be way too heavy, even though the pipes do look way better. Okay, I didn't set up a delay, but it's probably fine. Is that because I'm using two hinges? Let me try it without that. Okay, now what happens? Oh, there we go. Okay, I don't even know why I tried with the two hinges. Okay, and go. Oh, that's the wrong button. And go. I mean, that looked very promising, but I think it got stuck on these pillars. I didn't realize they would be too close. I also need to make sure all this is set to make scrap. Okay, it shouldn't do. Oh, what did I just crush? Okay, well, it shouldn't do that anymore. We can pull it back and go. Ooh, that's good. Okay, I think we have a functioning bow. Now, of course, let me test how it works on an angle by just doing this. That's not much of an angle, but we'll try anyway. I just want to make sure it doesn't freak out, because one of the hardest things about this sort of thing is whenever I put stuff like this that relies on physics on a plane, it kind of freaks out. Well, let's just see. Wow. I didn't even set up a timing for the arrow. It's just working. Look at that. This is working way better than I thought it would. Now, I do want to try, actually, how does the strength of a rotating servo, I just thought of this, how does the strength of this compare to the strength of a hinge? Because if these are stronger, it might actually be better to use this. Okay, I have them both on 100 strength. Let's see what it does. I don't know if that's really any different. I'll have to do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so here, oh, please don't land on me. Okay, so here's the version with just hinges up in the front. I feel like these are actually about the same. But if I do this, okay, let me just bring this one over. Okay, the arrow is still out there in the distance. It's barely visible. Let's see this, and go. And once it stops sliding, oh wow, that actually might be slightly weaker. Okay, let's just go with the hinges. Alright, so now comes the hard part. Somehow fitting this whole mechanism here onto a plane. What happened to all these blocks? Why? These aren't even on the build grid anymore. What? why does the game do this? Okay, so here's just the mechanism itself. Also, I wonder if I might actually, I'm gonna just do this now. I'm gonna beef up the arms here because they look way too skinny. Hopefully this doesn't completely ruin the mechanism. I mean, I feel like it shouldn't, but you never really know. Okay, so aside from the interesting look of this, unfortunately wow, this thing has way too much lift. Okay, it's probably fine. Aside from the interesting look of this, because the bow arms kind of conflict with the wings, so it just looks really weird. I think the hinges have controls on them. Oh, they absolutely do. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna take off a whole set of wings because this thing is what happened to the blocks? They're all messed up again. Okay, we have half the amount of wing surface because that was just way too much lift. And, they don't have controls there anymore, so when I roll, does this thing not move? Okay, I think I'm gonna need to add some wheels to this. And by add some wheels, I of course mean slapping on 2 slim wheels. Okay, let's try again. There we go. It's amazing how much of a difference not having your entire body of your plane rubbing against the floor makes. I feel like that was not a coherent sentence. Whatever. Still a lot of lift. It does not need wings this big, I think. The roll is horrible. The pitch is too much, and we have no yaw. Well, let's see how it fires. I need to rebind the controls because trying to use the arrow keys and keep flying is hard. Also, we pitch up so much when I do that. I'm gonna need to add flaps or something. Okay, let's just see how it works. I have it binded to shift. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. Okay, well, aside from it just dropping like a rock out of the sky, it seems to work. Okay, I've set up it so it actually oh wow, that is fast. Okay, I have that, and as you can see up in the front, I've got some flaps, and oh, you can actually see the camera focuses on the center of mass, so I can actually see where it's shifting. That's actually kind of cool. The smart thing would actually probably be, I am stuck on the carrier. The smart thing would probably have been to just center the wings like where they'd work with the bow pulled back, now that I think of it, because there's really no reason to have it not under tension while I'm flying. Like this would just work so much better. It also looks better, and you know what? I think I'm actually gonna do that. Okay, I also doubled the thrust here, so it should work a little better. And I forgot I have to pull that back, otherwise I can't even take off. And now it actually pitches down a little. Okay, I can move the wings up by like a block, and I forgot to lower the pitch control. Okay, well, it seems to be working, and as you can see, if I let off the tension, it's actually flyable. I think that's a lot better, having it so that the weight just moves a little too far forward than too far back, because it's much easier to compensate by just pulling up a little. At least it feels more natural. Anyway, let's see how this works if I just launch it, I don't know, at the mountain right here. Oh, that was the wrong button. This is not the easiest to control. It's not very stable. Alright, let me just launch it here and go. Oh, it... Okay, you know what? I think it's time to actually add in a little delay before it releases, because that just slammed into the body there. Okay, a couple of adjustments later, and it should be working. The pitch is actually usable now. It's actually a bit slow, but I'd rather have it be too slow than too sensitive, so that I, can actually aim. Let's see how it fires now with that delay. That seems pretty good. It loses a lot of speed, which is probably just because it's not being fired very fast. Let's try it again. Oh, it went off to the side that time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and enable time mod here. so I can time the launch here. So if I do this, okay, yep, that's slow motion. I believe that's on. All right, and launch. Okay, alright, I want to do one more test before I start shooting targets, and that is just to test how this fires when I am pulling hard turns or upside down or something, to make sure I don't have to worry about that. So let's just do something a little crazy and go. That seems to actually work. It doesn't go super straight. Actually, no, you know, that was actually pretty straight. I'm pretty happy with how that ended up. Time to get the target. You know, for the amount I'm using this, I actually haven't uploaded that target to the workshop. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It is very simple, but let me know in the comments if I should actually upload that. Let's see if I can actually hit this. I feel like I'm gonna need to get fairly close to the target, but who knows? Oh, and I never painted this up. Well, I painted the bow and arrow, so you know what? That's enough. This is not gonna be easy, is it? And the lack of yaw isn't helpful. Let's just try it anyway. I feel like I need to get fairly close and go. Oh. Well, that wasn't too hard. This thing actually is like the nicest projectile I've tried to launch. It's not the fastest projectile, but you know, at least it's slow and steady, which honestly is going to make it a lot easier to hit stuff. And oh wait, I should have put an anchor pin on the front. That would actually be so cool. That way it could actually stick to the target. You know what? I'll do that right after I hit the target here. Okay, I am wobbling a lot, but it's fine. We're nice and slow. Okay, maybe I should add yaw to this, or just some bigger stabilizers, because it's not super easy to line up. Oh wait, and I just realized the nose cone before, I had that painted with the same wood color. What was I doing? Well, this doesn't look quite as cool, but I guess it'll function better. I was worried this would go really poorly, because I was relying on physics to launch a projectile, but it's fine. Oh, this is looking good. And go. Okay, wow. I forgot just how much speed the arrow loses when it leaves the creation. I wonder if I can get more speed out of this by just pulling it back farther. Oh, maybe I could. You know what? I'll launch this, and then I'll have to try that. And I think I'm gonna hit the target here. I decided. This is just gonna be a perfect hit, a bullseye, if you will. It's wobbling a lot. I don't know if this is... Alright, go. Oh! Okay, well, it didn't exactly stick to the target. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard to modify. I don't know how it'll fly, but it's a problem for after I modify this. If I just extend this by, let's say, 3 sections, that'd be like 6 pistons. Does it still pull back? Oh, okay. Okay. Let's take off a section or 2. Alright, how about now? Oh, wow. Is that really any stronger? You know what, let's see. Oh, my center of mass is going to be way up, isn't it? Oh boy. Yep, I can't pitch up. I'm just going to take, you know what? We'll just leave it with 2 extra sections. That way it's a little more powerful, but still actually usable and stable. I'm surprised how, just how smooth all this is. Like, look at this. It just pulls it back no problem. I really thought we'd run into some more issues. Alright, let's try this. Please, no, don't sway that much. Okay. Come on. There we go. I need to get nice and close. And go. Ah, just missed. And go. Wow, okay. Now, let me try extending the vertical stabilizers back here. And by extend, I mean let's just get these big ones out and see if they solve the problem. Alright, if those things don't keep this thing stable, I don't know what... Oh, yeah, man, it's these tail fins again that are probably catching some air and then causing me to drift. But let's just see if I yaw a bit. How much do I drift back and forth? Not much. Okay. Let's see if it's noticeable when I'm actually shooting at something. But hopefully those helped. Slow down a bit. Oh, no, I'm still drifting. Okay. Well, oh well, I guess. Go. Oh, this is not as easy as I thought it would be back when I fired that first one. I also just remembered that seat is just sitting out there. I did, if you can't tell, I did not put a whole lot of thought into placing the seat. But you know, it works, and I don't think I have enough of a run up here. Well, ooh, maybe not. That was actually perfect. Okay. Can I turn? Go. Oh! It didn't even like destroy. Please let me off. Oh, whoops. It didn't even destroy anything. It just gently stuck to the target. That was amazing. Look at this. It's just good. I feel like these are more like darts than arrows, but you know what? It's fine. They're actually really big arrows or darts because that's how big I am, you know, back there. And then these things are just, what, like 2-3 times, probably like twice as tall as I am. Let's stop drifting, please. You can see the little arrow still stuck in the target. Okay, let's turn and go. Oh, a bit too high. I'm gonna hit the target. All right, this is it right here. Let's hit the target, and then I might actually try to use time mod to get some like slow motion things with this. That could look cool. But this is looking good. Go. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I wonder if oh, wait. Okay, you know, after this I have to try. If I add on multiple hinges up on the beginnings of those arms there, that would have totally given it more strength. Well, too late now. I'm going to try to line this up and do time mod. The time mod hotkey is N, which is not that convenient, but let's... Oh, no. Yeah, no, Go. Oh, no, went off to one side. Okay, so what I want to see is if I, let's say, trip... Okay, well, the wheel's in the way. If I say double the amount here, and then just connect them up, does that give me more power? Okay, I don't... What does that mean? Did it go forward faster? Let me use time mod. What happened there? Why did it do that? I think it's releasing too late now. Let me do like 0.05. Go. Oh, that seems like a lot of power. Let me do time mod. Huh. It also seems a little less stable. Well, let's just see how far does this go. If I say have 5 hinges, 5 of them, what will that do? They're all on max strength. So let me just connect them up. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, they can't. Oh, okay, that's already a lot of power. Just, and they're not even being pulled back all the. Why can they not? What if I just do 3? A little. Oh, 3 almost works, but I can't pull it back now. What if I that seems like a lot of power. Okay, so maybe I should have just stuck with the 1 because now it's. Oh wow, it's really freaking out. Alright, editing me here. I never realized I could have just added more pistons to fix that and also strengthened the latching mechanism to make sure it was stable. So I didn't end up making it like 2 to 3 times more powerful the day after I finished this. But this was fine, and maybe I'll make a stronger one in a later video. And for the last thing, I of course have to see if I can hit this guy. Wait, I should also try switching back to that like nose cone tip instead of the anchor pin to see if it actually like does any damage, because it is a weapon after all. But let's just see how this works out. If I fly down, kind of glide in, zoom in, I can kind of use the tail fins as a sight. I'm a little too low. I'm gonna hit. Okay, that was just a point blank. You know what? It's fine. I guess that counts. Okay, now let me try switching back to this piece. Okay, I'm gonna swing around here and see if I can even hit him. There's a chance I won't be able to, but you know what? It'll be fine, maybe. Up, pitch up, and go. Oh, that actually worked. Wow. That's brutal. Okay, well, I've actually been recording for quite a while, more than I usually do for these videos. I did a lot of experimenting this time, which normally with these it's like I build the thing, it's pretty simple, but this one I actually had to get working and optimized. Well, I say optimized, just decent, I should say, because I am sure you could spend 10 minutes experimenting with this and get it shooting twice as far. With just something I didn't think of. Also, the tail fins are slightly clipping into the bars. That's probably fine. But yeah, I mean, I'd say this was a success. And I actually had a lot of fun with this. I think this was the most interesting one yet. First I did the spear, which, I mean, was a bit simple but fun. Then the wrecking ball, which was way more fun, and the plane actually was decent to fly, except for the wrecking ball flail sort of thing, swaying back and forth and messing with the camera. But this is actually, like, cool. And I'm shooting something, which is always fun. But anyway, comment ideas for these. I have a couple that I want to, like, polish the ideas a little more, so they're a bit more interesting, because I don't want to do something like, for instance, the spear was still just hitting a melee weapon into a target, which was fun, but won't be fun if I just do it 3 more times. Let me know ideas for this, or just things in general. I don't know. But anyway, I'll stop talking, and I'll just smash into this wall, and end the video like I always do. Here we go.